Ever since the release date announcement of Remnant 2 during the 2023 edition of Summer Game Fest, I was anxiously waiting to delve into the grim and mysterious worlds of Remnant after having previously played the precursor, Remnant from the Ashes. Fortunately, I can say with absolute certainty, I have not been disappointed with the sequel. Right off the bat when I booted the game, I felt right back at home. Remnant 2 features a plethora of content for players to enjoy. It offers 3 difficulty modes, 10 different archetypes, and a lengthy campaign with additional endgame content. Although traces of other ARPG titles like Diablo 4 can be sensed, Remnant 2 sets itself apart with a distinct and organic feel, showcasing its own array of unique features. Notably, the inclusion of mods adds a fresh dimension to gameplay, enabling players to augment their weapons with various abilities. For instance, one such mod empowers players to fire bullets, inflicting fire damage and burning effects on enemies. There is a vast selection of mods obtainable through quests and boss encounters across the different worlds, ensuring abundant options for customization and replayability. Speaking of worlds, Remnant 2 is absolutely gorgeous. Each world presents its own unique charm. Dungeons are riddled with secrets, hidden temples, and tombs, enhancing the game's deep exploration. In addition, Remnant 2 provides the ability to refresh the world, permitting changes to maps, bosses, and dungeon layouts, giving players limitless opportunities to indulge in the captivating gameplay loop of Remnant 2. For me, one of the most crucial aspects of any game is how it plays and feels. If the gameplay loop isn't top-notch, it can significantly hinder my overall experience and make it difficult to remain engaged. Overall, Remnant 2 surpasses my expectations in this regard, particularly when it comes to combat. Despite being developed by a smaller studio, the gunplay and character movement feel exceptionally smooth, especially in high-traffic enemy encounters. There is no hint of rigidity or robotic movements, which I find to be an enormous positive. In both its predecessor and Remnant 2, I haven't experienced any frustrating deaths due to faulty gunplay or clunky character control. Fortunately, this level of responsiveness and fluidity makes me feel on par with the challenging foes I face, heightening the overall thrill of the gameplay. However, it isn't just the gameplay that feels great. The technical elements of the game also feel polished. As a next-gen only title offered on the PlayStation 5, Remnant 2 provides players with 3 different modes for performance. The quality mode enhances visuals but locks the frame rate at 30 frames per second. The performance mode offers at least 60 FPS uncapped, and the balance mode maintains a steady 60 FPS while delivering high-quality visuals. I've tried both the balanced and quality modes, but I prefer sacrificing a few frames for a smoother experience, opting for the balanced mode where the frame rate remains stable at 60 FPS with only minor drops during boss fights. Although there are some loading screens when transitioning between worlds and dungeons, they are surprisingly short. The loading screens, while present, are not as bothersome as one might expect. However, it's worth noting that there is a notable exception in the hub world known as the Labyrinth, where moving to different parts of the area happens instantaneously without any loading required. This seamless transition further enhances the immersive experience Remnant 2 provides. One aspect that left me disheartened and taken aback was the absence of crossplay in Remnant 2 at launch. In this advancing gaming landscape, many titles are embracing crossplay, a defining feature that enables players to experience the game together across different platforms. The lack of it does have a slight impact on the game, as the core gameplay revolves around cooperative play. Although the absence of crossplay doesn't completely discourage me from playing, I find it odd considering that its predecessor already features crossplay functionality between PC and Xbox. Therefore, this decision is quite disappointing. Remnant 2 features a campaign mode, but it's an area that is somewhat lacking. While the gameplay shines brightly, it doesn't quite align harmoniously with the campaign. The premise revolves around players traversing a world ravaged by evil forces from different dimensions, causing havoc not only on Earth but in other realms as well. The ultimate objective is to fight back and protect what remains of humanity. However, similar to its predecessor, the campaign falls short. Although there are some likable characters such as Weapon Master Riggs and the alien-like inhabitant Dwell, the actual narrative struggles to compete with the captivating gameplay. Key story elements like the reasons behind the enemy's actions or insights into the world are primarily delivered through lore books scattered around or incredibly lengthy dialogue segments. These segments can become so protracted that it almost feels like I'm playing a visual novel. I certainly appreciate the importance of lore and world building in a game, but when the action takes center stage, I believe having some of the narratives presented through well-crafted cutscenes would have been a more effective choice. For players seeking a captivating story blended with gripping Souls-like action, it's essential to be prepared for some disappointment in that aspect when approaching Remnant 2. Remnant 2 introduces an upgraded class system known as Archetypes, elevating the gameplay experience from the previous game. Players are presented with 4 distinct classes to choose from: Medic, Handler, Challenger, and Hunter. Gunslinger is also available for pre-order folk. The archetype system has been greatly improved, offering diverse gameplay styles for each class with no choice being considered inferior. At the heart of each archetype lies a unique perk known as the Prime Perk, which defines the standout characteristic of each class. For instance, the Handler's Dog Companion possesses the ability to revive downed players or allies. Each class boasts its own traits, and the decision of what archetype you pick primarily depends on players' playstyles. As players progress in the game, they have the opportunity to unlock a second archetype for their character, granting access to all the features of that archetype except for its prime perk. This brilliant addition elevates the gameplay loop to new heights. Whether you want to play by focusing on weak spot damage as a hunter, providing aid as a medic, or unleashing high DPS as a gunslinger, Remnant 2 has so many different great options for experimentation. The game's depth lies in the vast array of gameplay possibilities available, making for an engaging and dynamic experience. Playing Remnant 2 continues to fill me with delight as I witness smaller companies producing high-quality games that can rival big-name titles in their respective genres. The success of games like Hades winning numerous awards provides hope that smaller studios receive the recognition they deserve and have the opportunity to create heartfelt games. Gunfire Games accomplishes precisely that with Remnant 2, a title crafted by passionate fans for fans. Remnant 2 is a genre-defining game and a must-have addition to any player's catalog. Given the vast amount of content and the replayability, the price of $49.99 is absolutely acceptable. As a game that can be enjoyed both alone or with friends, Remnant 2 definitely makes an impact. The game creator is giving Remnant 2 a 9 out of 10. Stick around for more reviews just like this one.